my name is Tammy and I have a business called Rent a Ruminate. And so ruminants are goats. So in this case, I'm renting out my goats to eat brush here on the hillside in West Seattle. So I brought about 43-ish goats here today, and we're here to eat off the brush on the hillside, which is predominantly blackberry, a little bit of knotweed, and kind of other various stuff. They're doing it because they've had some issues with crime on this stairway. The police want to clear off the brush so that they can better monitor it, and people can't hide in there and jump out and do bad things to people. So the goats are kind of, you know, along everything else they do, they're becoming crime fighters on top of it. Well, they love the Himalayan blackberry, which is an invasive species. It just takes over around here. Goats love it. They eat a whole lot of it, including the stickers. And there's also some Japanese knotweed, which is also an invasive, and they'll eat that. Some of the other stuff is just kind of scrub. You know, there's a little bit of salmonberry, and they'll eat some of that. They don't eat real woody stuff, so they eat a lot of the biomass, a huge amount. And then they sterilize the weed seed in their digestive process, so they're not when they poop, they're not repropagating it elsewhere. So they're one of the few animals that actually does that. I've been doing this about 11 years, and it kind of started as a joke. I had 2 goats at my little farm on Vashon, and I went out in the field one day and thought, you looked at him and said, "You guys look bored, you need a job." And then I went, well, I'm going to start a business and call it Rent a Ruminate and hire your little behinds out to eat brush and make me a living, and you can have fun. So that's kind of where it started, and you know, it was a kind of a light bulb moment, and it took me about 2 years to bring it to fruition. And just told people about it, and they laughed and thought it would be a good thing for this neck of the woods.
I think it's awesome. It just seems sustainable. I like that they just naturally want to do it anyway. And I personally, because I have a garden, like I know how problematic the blackberries are, how invasive, and so it just seems like a great, you know, mutually beneficial partnership.
I got involved with SDOT basically because they called me. And that's how I get most of my work. People see the goats out working and they go, wow, what a great idea. And they see what a good job they do. And so SDOT kind of wanted to be kind of ahead of the curve and start using the goats. And after the first time they did, they just went, wow, this is something we really want to do. And so we've just gotten more and more business, you know, with SDOT in problematic areas. And it just makes people really happy. They have the goats in their community, you know, and plus they're really good at what they do. So it's a win-win. And the goats love it. It's good for the goats, it's good for people, and it's good for the planet.